morning, everybody. So I am doing a Lovely Hat Collective from the hall at Central Hall. There are a few children here, but most children are at home. So we're videoing this Lovely Hat Collective, and I hope that you can enjoy the collective at home. If you have any wonderings or thoughts, then how about using Class Dojo to send messages to either me or your teachers, just to have a little conversation about some of the things we talk about in our Lovely Hat Collective. Now, always in Lovely Hat Collective we have our birthday celebration, and we have a time to think who's done a great job, who's earned a lovely hat. Now, what I'd like you to do at home is to have a think about whether you have deserved a lovely hat this week. And I wonder what kind of things might have meant that you could award yourself a lovely hat. Maybe you could get your parents or carers to award you a lovely hat, and soon you can have a little choose of the lovely hats. Not yet, though. We'll wait until after the first part of our collective, which is going to be a little thing to think about. Now, I don't know if the camera can zoom into the screen over here, and children who are here, you have a little look. But on the screen, there is a picture of something. And I wonder whether any of you know what that is a picture of. Any ideas? What do you think? A tea towel, maybe? What do you think? A blanket? What do you think? A tea towel, right. Now, it's quite hard to tell because you can't see the size, so I'm going to give you another clue, okay? So here is a real-life version of what's on the screen. Any ideas what that is? Do you know what it is?
A tissue.
It is a tissue. This is actually a real-life handkerchief. Now, nowadays, people don't use handkerchiefs very much, but all it is a bit of material that people use to blow their nose on. Instead of tissues you get from a box. So these are fabric ones, and you get to wash these at home and use them. And a long while ago, when they didn't have tissues, they used to use these instead. And nowadays, because we're trying to stop germs, handkerchiefs or tissues are good, aren't they? So if you cough or anything like that, you try and put a tissue over your mouth, or at least cover your mouth, and then it doesn't spread the germs. But handkerchiefs are really good. So this is a handkerchief. Now, I wonder why I'm talking about handkerchiefs today. What a strange thing. Well, I'm going to show you now. So, I'm going to tell you a very quick story about this lady. Now, this lady here is a lady called Corrie ten Boom. What's a strange name? It's a funny name because she actually is from Holland. Not that they have strange names, but they have different names to us. And Corrie ten Boom is her name. Now, she is dead now, but she was alive during a really difficult time in the world. We're living in a bit of a strange time, but she was living in an even more difficult time because she lived when it was World War II, when lots of countries were fighting together and people were being very, very unkind to each other. And you know what? She is famous because she looks after people who are being persecuted, which is basically people being really unkind to them. There's a whole group of people called Jewish people, and they were being treated very badly. So badly that this lady, she had to protect them and hide some of them to stop them being hurt. And she put her own life at risk. And very sadly, this lady, because she was looking after these people, she got put in prison, and it was a really nasty prison. It's because very nasty people who were treating these Jewish people horribly, they did not like it that she was looking after them. Now, I want to tell you a story about what happened to her in prison, and that is where the handkerchief comes into play. Because in prison, this lady, it was a horrible prison, she couldn't do a lot, but she got very poorly and sick. But she was a Christian and she believed in God. And guess what she prayed for? She talked to God. She didn't pray that she'd get better. She prayed that she, in the middle of a horrible prison, would be given a handkerchief. because she could not bear not being able to blow her nose and she was really not feeling well. All she asked for was a handkerchief. Guess what happened? The very next day, a friend of hers came to her prison cell and said, I felt God tell me something last night. I felt God said you needed a handkerchief. And the lady gave her handkerchief to Corrie ten Boom. And do you know what Corrie ten Boom then tells that story? She got out of prison, but she said this. She said that taught her a lesson about God. And that is that nothing is too great for God's power or too small for his love. So right now, even small things that you wish or hope for, you can ask God about. And he loves you enough to care about very small things. And the other thing is this. Think about the lady who heard God say, give Corrie ten Boom your handkerchief. Now, she could have thought, well, that's a really silly thing to do. I can't do that. Or she might have thought, no, I want my handkerchief. I don't want to give it to Corrie ten Boom. But you know what? She said, no, God told me that, so I'm going to do it. And so she was obedient. She listened to God and gave the handkerchief. So this is your thought today. I wonder whether you could do a small thing at home to show your kindness and love for people around you. I wonder what that might be. You could even, if you want to, ask God and say, is there anything really small that I can do to help someone? And it will probably be someone in your house, because that's where we are at the moment. We have to stay at home. But maybe there's something you could do. So we're going to do a quick prayer together. If you want to pray, you can shut your eyes and pray. If you don't want to pray, I want you to be thinking about something that you could do to show kindness to someone in your household, okay? So God, we thank you that in that story, Corrie ten Boom was such an amazing person and helped people. And thank you that you showed her that you love her by giving her a very small thing, just a handkerchief, to show that you care about the small things in our lives. Amen. Well, there you go. So there's the story about Corrie ten Boom. If you want to, you could do a little bit more thinking about her. And your families might even be able to find out a bit more about her life. But she is an amazing woman to find out about. Now, at the start of our collective, I said we were going to think about lovely hats and birthdays. So, first of all, I wonder if the camera could come over here and have a little look at the lovely hats. I wonder, did you think you deserve a lovely hat this week? And I wonder whether anything you've done shows that you deserve it. Now, some of you who are on Class Dojo have been sending in photos, and instead of getting smiley faces, you have been getting Class Dojo points. And some of you have already got points with your little Class Dojo monster. Now, if you don't know anything about it, talk to your carers or parents, because they should have had an email and they can get set up on Class Dojo and you can start messaging your teacher and getting information. But also, you get reward points. I wonder who's got the most points so far. I know at least some people have got 2 points. Some of you haven't even signed up yet, so let's try and get signed up this week. But I wonder which of these lovely hats you would go for. So I want you to have a little think and pick a hat and tell your carer or parents which one you'd have and why you think you have earned yourself a lovely hat. I think if I chose, I would probably definitely go for the Australian one, because I think the corks just look strange. It's a very odd hat, isn't it? And I think they're there to stop the flies getting into your face. So, that's a lovely hat. And finally, I wonder whether any of you have had a birthday since lockdown. Now, when we finally all get back together again, we will give out our prizes. But just as a sneaky peek, I wonder if you can have a little look inside. Here are some of the prizes you could win. I wonder which one you might go for. If I was going to choose, I'd probably have a little rummage, and I would probably go for the disguise, because I quite fancy creeping up on people and surprising them. But there's all sorts of things. There's whistles, there's rubbers, there's wands. So, have a think. if you've had a birthday, what prize are you going to get? And when we come back and see each other again, you'll be able to get yourself a birthday card and a present. So, remember the handkerchief. I wonder what small acts of kindness you could do this week to show your care and love for people. I'm going to have a think, but I'm hoping maybe next week we might even be able to have a proper live collective, and I will then be able to tell people who has got the most Class Dojo points, and we might even be able to award lovely hack certificates over the internet for people who have done a great job. So, if you're not on Class Dojo yet, please do talk to your parents and carers and try and get signed up. And if you're not sure, then please, parents, email school and we'll try and get you set up ready for next week. And I hope all of you have a safe and wonderful next week. And I look forward to seeing you all next Friday for our lovely Hack Collective.